Hello guys, I'm just showing off this Tempestus Scion that I've actually just built. And his main body, as you can see, is actually a firstborn Space Marine. And this is quite an old model. I think I've actually had that model for about 15 years or so. But as you can see, it actually scales really, really well. I decided to not have a proper, generator on the back, and I've just got like this little backpack thing. He's actually a Tempestus Prime. He's got his rod. He's got his power fist. Uh, I think definitely going to make some more squads because I've got loads of firstborn Space Marines lying around, and I've been I could keep them as tactical Marines, and that'd be cool. I could run them occasionally, but I've been like, actually, I've been working on my Imperial Guard army. I actually really like Tempestus Scions, and it would be a really cheap way to get another 10 Tempestus Scions because I've got enough spell las weapons and heads and stuff. It wouldn't take me much at all. I'm thinking maybe possibly I might shave down just the edge of the chest a little bit because it looks quite. He has got a very broad chest and it doesn't quite fit with the arms. I feel, but it's Games Workshop's not amazingly well known for its proportions anyway. It's all, especially with the heroic scales, it can be a bit out of proportion anyway. So it's a sci-fi thing with like super soldiers, so that's not too much of an issue. And if this guy, he could just be a particularly broad-shouldered chap. But actually, I'll show you like next to a custodian. And actually, yeah, look, he looks like a normal human being, doesn't he? Like with a bit more armor on. So I think actually they'll look pretty cool when they're all built up and assembled. So yeah, I've already got a normal squad of Scions, but I could see, like I said, that's one squad, and I've got a command squad and stuff built up. But this would be a way to get another two normal squads. That's a battalion there, and then I've got two HQs as well. So it's definitely a battalion there. That's especially with the way the ninth is working. That's probably what I want. Obviously, if I wanted to have more tanks, because obviously I'm starting a tank army as well for my guard and want to do that as a big focus. That'll be obviously I have to build that as a separate detachment if I want to use all the cool rules and stuff. But that's fine, because I could build as out of a spearhead detachment. But being able to build a battalion detachment would give me the CP to sort of be able to do that well. It'd be quite good as well, because really, if you're doing smaller games, I might not necessarily want to run lots of tanks. And yeah, I think elite signs are quite good for smaller games. I'm not actually a massive fan of lots and lots of troops on the table, which obviously is kind of ironic, wanting to start an Imperial Guard army, but then I've kind of wanting to do most tanks, and I really like Scions. So I think having a more elite sort of Imperial Guard army would be really good fun, and it'd definitely be different. I think this thing is sort of rather than just using the old tried and tested, just mob them with the normal soldiers and maybe throw a few tanks in there. I'm just like, nah, I don't want to do that. It might not be the best tactic to sort of go do weird things. I think the days of just building an army how you want it and being able to win games is long gone with 40k. But I'm never gonna be that bothered by winning. I just want to have fun. If my opponent enjoys beating me, then I don't care. I don't mind losing. Being the Imperial Guard, I don't really give a shit about losing anyway. They lose all the time. And they die in droves. Obviously, I've been thinking about a way to sort of justify them. I think I'm going to paint them up differently to my other Scions. But I'm thinking maybe of saying they're like some sort of inquisitorial, very special inquisitorial units. Then that explains why they got a bit more armor. I don't know, something like that. But that could be quite fun. I could maybe paint little eyes on the shoulder pads and stuff, or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna get him painted up. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do for his color scheme. Part of me's thinking maybe do some camo. Part of me's thinking black's probably a good one. That's a very inquisitorial color, it feels like. Maybe I could actually say that they're actually part of the black ships. Would that fit in the lore? And obviously it's the what do you call them? It's the Scions that are meant to man the black ships and stuff. But then they're only very limited numbers, and they obviously they sort of keep the I feel like you'd probably need normal soldiers to help out with that, and I think obviously having something like Scions would probably be the best because obviously they're all part of the Schola Progenium, so they're all really, really heavily indoctrinated, really conditioned. I think maybe that could be some quite fun, and then maybe it means that I'll have to, I don't know, buy into Systems of Silence at some point. I mean, I've already got Adeptus Custodes, so maybe I could just end up with a very varied Imperial army. I can almost see myself being like, oh, I just want to build an Imperial Guard army, and ending up with like, oh, well, I've got a detachment of Tempestus Scions, I've got a detachment of Imperial Guard tanks, and I've got a detachment of Custodes, maybe with some Sisters thrown in, and then maybe some Sisters of Battle join me with some Adeptus Mechanicus, who knows. Yeah, maybe I could just get like a really cool Inquisitor model and just be like, actually, this is like my Inquisitorial something force. They're, or maybe, something like the Inquisition and Custodes working together or something like that. That could be really fun. That could be crazy, just, like just going around the galaxy, like getting the biggest, baddest guys together, or these Scions are just sort of the normal humans that got thrown into the mix and just sort of hoping they'll survive to see the next day, or maybe being Scions they won't give a crap if they survive or not. They're always just ready to throw themselves into the fray, get killed, get destroyed, get burned. Poor little Scions, poor little human beings. They don't have much to do really but die. But yeah, sorry, this has been a bit of a rambly video. I'm just not really got much to do with my life right now. But yeah, anyway, so that's my idea. Feel free to utilize it if you're thinking of ideas for what to do with your firstborn Marines. Maybe you're like me and you're kind of just sort of getting ready to just throw in all in with Primaris. I feel that's kind of the direction I'm going with my Space Marine army. Obviously, I talk about bikes. I'll probably keep my bikes. My bikes will probably still be in use all the time. I love my bikes, and I think Devastators are a good one. And I've got like Predators and stuff. So having the firepower, the normal Marines do give some good options. And I suppose got Vanguard Vets and stuff and Terminators, and then obviously I'm sure there will be Primaris equivalent at some point in the future. But for now, they're sort of still useful, still working. I can still run squads, but I mean, I've pretty much given up using tactical Marines now, so it'd be a good way to reuse a few. I'm not gonna convert them all. I don't think. It'd be nice to have at least a couple of tactical squads left that I can just use for, certainly if I'm playing big games of Apocalypse and stuff. But yeah, I think it's a good way to use them. It's almost basically a free way for me to get an extra couple of squads into that army. So especially times are a bit difficult right now. Spending money is not maybe the best option, so less money I could spend, but still get my hobby time in. That's a win-win. I mean, like the guys I play with anyway, normally they'd really care. They probably think it was quite cool, all my conversions, so I think I'll be alright. And I mean, they're official GW models, so even if I play at most shops, I think I'll probably be alright with it, unless they're really panicky. But it's kind of obvious that they're Scions, isn't it? Like, it's not like I'm trying to claim that they're like Custodes or something, something super powerful. I'm just like, well, just guardsmen that are a bit better at shooting with like -2 AP las guns, which is really cool actually. I really like the hotshot las guns, but I kind of feel like the fact that they're -2, normal bolt guns should be -1 at least. But I know obviously there's all the question of balance, and I guess yeah, they're -2, but they're only strength 3, so the chance of actually wounding someone, and is not necessarily amazing, especially if you're fighting armies with toughness 4 or more, But yeah, anyway, I have really rambled on. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have fun.